Hi, this is Preston with Landis Technologies, and today I want to walk through the updates for Landis Contact Center. This is for the July 2026 update, so let's get started. One of the first things I'm going to talk about is the improved sign-in experience. So this was a limitation actually that Microsoft had, a policy in which users in a contact center that's integrated into teams like ours would have to sign in or re-authenticate every 24 hours. So every morning, the agents would come in, and the first thing they'd do would be sign in to the contact center. Microsoft made some new APIs available that allows those users to stay logged in and doesn't require that sign in every day. And so we wanted to bring that to our product, and so we developed the ability for those to stay signed in. So in almost every scenario, or most scenarios, I'll say, users will not need to re-sign in on a daily basis anymore. And that will just come as a natural part of the system that'll be updated. Workforce management is another spot where we made a lot of improvements and progress. And this has been something we've been working on, continuing to add tracking and features around this. I'm going to show a little bit of a demo. So what we're using here is an integration with Peopleware, and it is a software. What you're going to see here is the Landis Contact Center. Here you have a manager changing users' statuses. Now, this could also be a user doing it on their own, but you can see that it instantly syncs to the dashboard in Peopleware. And so this gives you that live connection so that you're instantly able to see the current statuses. The other thing this product has is things like forecasting and scheduling and making sure that you're covered for the shifts that are required to properly cover the needs of the contact center. So if you have, there's a lot of power, a lot of function here. If you have questions about workforce management, if you're currently using Landis Contact Center or considering it, please talk to us. We'd be glad to walk through some of the capabilities and discuss how you might implement that in your environment as well. We added a live indicator. This is just a red dot that says live in the top corner of all the live screens, where it's a live updating the information as it changes. So the live queue page or live calls page, it'll show live. If it's inactive for 15 minutes, it then goes to offline, and it'll change and it'll say offline. This is a way to ensure that you can just glance at the top corner and make sure that the system is live with the most recent information from your contact center org. Quality management is another spot we continue to add features around. We had a number of features released in the last several updates. In this one, we added the ability to score chat IVR interactions. Now, this came about because we added the ability for AI chatbots to process web chat interactions. We use the Copilot chat or some kind of similar AI tool that is interacting with that web chat. Well, after the fact, you can go in now and score those interactions. It gives you the ability to tag them and score them. If you want to go back and review the problems that the Copilot agent wasn't able to handle, maybe you have some quality control where you're going through and updating that agent to give it more information. You can quickly find those interactions instead of trying to sort through them and find the items that you thought it should be able to handle, but it didn't. And so it gives you the ability to actually quality manage your Copilot agents as well. We also added the ability to launch a scoring from more areas in the contact center reporting and the analytics pages. And then we also added some better filtering options on this quality management report. So if you want to sort by tags, so maybe you tag something where you want to review it with the agent that had that interaction or that call, you can now sort by additional options and be able to easily pull those back up if you're a manager that's utilizing the quality management tools. Moving along, we have some change in terminology. So this is, as we moved into multi-channel and omni-channel, we're still having some interactions being called calls, and that wasn't the case in all of those records. And so we're changing that over to interaction. So if you see the interaction, that's the reason for that. So it is a change that you're going to see in reporting, but it's just a better terminology to be able to be more correct, so that a new user glancing at it doesn't automatically think, oh, these are all calls. You can see which ones are chats and which ones are calls. We updated the recording webhook, and what we added was the speaker identity to the transcript. Now, speaker identity was already in the transcript in the portal. When you go look at it, you can see who was the speaker that said the transcription snippet that you're looking at. But this adds it to the webhook. So if you're using a webhook for a post-call workflow, an automation of some kind, this adds that bit of information, and so it makes it easier for whether you're using an AI tool to summarize or analyze that transcript or posting it to a CRM or database. It adds that bit of information in there as well. We also added the concept of short abandoned and short missed calls. So this gives you ability to set a threshold for what level you consider an abandoned call in your reporting. So if you do not want to count calls that are, maybe 3 seconds long, or very short calls that callers hang up, once they hit that queue, technically that's an abandoned call, even if it's a few seconds. This gives the ability to sort those out, or basically not make them count, so that when you look at your abandoned call percentage or the different metrics, they're not going to be included as abandoned calls. This also would apply then to short missed calls as well. So if you ring an agent for 5 seconds and then something else happens, the caller hangs up, it's not considered a missed call at that point. It didn't notify that agent long enough, so it's not going to count as a missed call on that agent's record as well. Batch user management. This was a feature that was requested by a number of clients, and we're happy to bring this into the product. This gives the ability to set up a number of different users or multiple users at the same time with the same settings. So a scenario here, obviously this is an admin tool. So it could be for initial setup, bringing on departments. Maybe you're adding a department to your contact center and you have 20 agents that you need to have all the same settings. They're in the same queues, they're in the same access level, and you can go in and set them as a batch. And that you can use either individual names that you add to this batch, or you can use Azure groups as well. So, or Entra groups, I should say, where you have a security group or something set up of those users. You can just identify that group and it'll bring all of those users in. We continue also to do chat upgrades. We're allowing chats to be downloaded. So much like you can download a transcription of a call, you can now download the chat as well, easily pulling it for whatever purpose you want to download it. We added some additional functionality and performance upgrades to the web chat, make it load quicker, improve download time, those types of things. We've implemented webhooks for the chat as well. So once again, to that post-call or post-interaction, this would be a chat. So post-interaction workflow, maybe you're taking that chat and you're summarizing it or posting it into a CRM or a database. This gives that ability to do that. And we made it so that the chat app can be automatically installed in Teams for the users. It doesn't have to be selected and manually added. This is just not a complete list, but it's a number of the changes that we're rolling out in July of 2026. For a full list, you can go to our What's New in Teams page in on the Docs site for the contact center. If you have any questions about implementing any of these features, or you would like to discuss what this enables in your organization, please contact us. We'd be glad to discuss these options. You can reach us through our website at landistechnologies.com. Thank you.